Hey y'all. You know what's something I think about often? Rich people food or poor people food became rich people food. I think the best example of this would be lobster because they used to feed lobster to prisoners. But man, I know monkfish was considered the poor man's lobster. Now monkfish is expensive because people realize it tastes like lobster on steroids. But with southern cuisine especially, I've seen it go from like poor people food to oh it's so fancy and it's so good for you like kale. Kale used to be the thing that you just throw away. It used to be the garnish on the dish. Now it's a superfood. It's so good for you. Like I don't doubt it, but it was it was considered a throwaway trash food not so long ago. And like shrimp and grits. That meal in itself, I feel like, has been glamorized so much. Like I'm Charlestonian. I'm from South Carolina. I'm from the Low Country, so yeah, I know shrimp and grits, and I know grits in itself is a whole phenomenon here. You know, like I grew up eating grits about every morning, and it was always like grits, biscuits, sausage, eggs, whatever the fuck, country ham, all sorts of different shit. But things like shrimp and grits and biscuits and gravy, I feel like have been so elevated to upscale, it kind of lost its lower class appeal. If I don't really have words for that, but I really find this funny because like lentils or rice or other things like poor people staples, they're fancy now. It's so cool to have this shit. It's because oh yeah, because people weren't eating ham hock flavored collard greens for hundreds of years. It's like it's the city people that never had this food, and they're like, oh my god, it's so exotic, it's so amazing, it's so seasoned. You put a fucking neck bone in, that's how it got there. Like, I don't even eat pork or beef anymore. Beak? Did I say beak? Beef, pork or beef. I used to eat the fuck ton of it, but I wanted to lose weight, so I stopped eating red meat, and that really fucking helped me. But that's not talking. That's not the point. You in southern food, you season everything with like neck bone, shoulder piece, fucking ears if you want bones, whatever scrap part of the meat, the tail, whatever. It's going in the vegetables. It's going in the collard greens. It's going in the rutabaga. It's going in the green beans. It's going in the. It's going everything. In like biscuits and gravy. One of my favorite fucking meals of all time. My favorite breakfast. But it's so elevated. Oh, you have your sausage gravy and your fresh biscuits. It's like, bitch, my mom made this shit from scratch in the mornings. Just like throw shit together. It's like I know most people are probably used to like the biscuits that you whop on the side of the counter and you pull them open. Like I hate those. I think they're disgusting. They're way too sweet. Like it's nice how they kind of peel apart, but they're just gross to me. They taste processed. I don't like the taste. They taste fake. But I just find it really funny that foods that this I can only have examples from locally because like I think it was in the 40s and 50s people got scurvy because they only ate corn, like only ate cornbread, only ate grits, only ate like all kinds of other just only ate corn. They only ate corn. And I'm blanking. I don't have any examples for other regions, but I imagine things like stews and like especially cuts of meat, like deer. I had grandparents in Tennessee, and I just remember my grandfather had a big old deer there, and he was cleaning it, and that's what they had. It's like city folks don't get that. I had alligator. I had shark. I've had hammerhead. I've had fried hammerhead bites. It's like chicken nuggets except a little fishy. It's like bizarre, weird food. Like, okay, y'all seen like bizarre foods, right? Andrew Zimmern. It's like what's trash to one people is like a delicacy to the other, which I find really fucking funny. And on the flip side, poor people food have been somehow made rich people food. Do y'all have any examples? Because my examples are uh, shrimp and grits, fried chicken. Fried chicken started out as like a slave dish. It's like early southern fried chicken. It's poor people food. It's what the poor farmers ate and the slaves. Because if you were a slave, you were pretty much on the same par as this poor farmer. But I'm not gonna get into that. Um, do y'all have any examples? Cause that's all I got. But why is it that poor people food just whatever? Bye.